Today I have a short video to talk about wheel alignment. Dog, dead, oh it's a piece of stick. Wheel alignment. I've found it quite tricky to find information online about this, so I'm going to share you what I've just learned, because alignment videos tend to be long and short on information. On the Land Cruiser, the camber and caster is adjusted at the upper control arm. There's no adjustment on the lower control arm whatsoever. So when you want to adjust camber and caster, you have to do it from the top here. So what I want to do effectively is move the top of the spindle backwards in order to increase my caster. That will help my on-road handling, and getting some extra camber in there will help the grip when cornering, instead of this wandering around that I have at the moment. It also affects how close you are to the back of the firewall here at full lock. In my case, I'm eyeballing it. There is a Toyota chart, which was so undecipherable, I've decided to just wing it like I would with any of my track cars. I'm going to push this all the way in order to get the upper ball joint to move backwards, and then I'm going to use some adjustment moving that inboard. I don't want to drag this all the way forward again, but I do want to try and get a bit more caster. So maximum inboard there, partially inboard there. My problem was the front and the rear mount for the upper control arm were both in a completely neutral position. Basically, they were just totally zeroed out on the alignment. It's very neutral. The lobe is pointing straight down towards the ground here, and I want to move my upper control arm inboard so that I get more camber. And after I'd lifted the suspension by an inch, I was finding the car was wandering quite a lot on the road, particularly on acceleration. When the front end lifts on acceleration, I was finding, because of that lift, my camber was getting even less, and I was getting quite an unstable front end. So today's mission is to adjust the alignment and let you know what I've learned. It's fairly straightforward to do the alignment, mechanically at least. A 19mm bolt on the front, that's a lock nut. There's one on both. And then there's a 22mm that you need to use to adjust the cam. So you unlock that and get a 22mm spanner on there, and you can move the cam up and down. That moves this basically in and out, which moves the ball joint forward and back at the same time as in and out. So it's a mixed purpose alignment, and that gets a little bit fussy. So if you put this all the way in to get more camber, it also drags this forward and reduces the amount of caster that you have. I used a breaker bar, just a 3/8 breaker bar, not a huge one. Used that to initially break the nut because I believe there was 150 foot-pounds, and then I got my ratchet spanner to finish the job. You can reach both of them with the tyre still on and just jack it up a little bit. Now, I'm a novice, I don't know a lot about alignment, but I know that right now this thing is not driving very well because it has very little caster, and it actually has positive camber because of the little lift. My tyre is actually leaning outwards, and I want it to lean back in as much as I can. 22mm spanner, get that on. I don't need to breaker bar it now, it's moving freely without the breaker bar. So you can see here the movement in the ball joint. I'm striking the shock here, so I'm going to have to drop the car a little bit so that I can bring the thing more inboard, because that's fully outboard, that's halfway in, and to get it more in I'm going to have to lower the car a bit so that this upper ball joint comes out. This amount of droop is going to cause my upper control arm to strike the shock. So you can see that suspension's artificially high. The hydraulic suspension would never lift that much, even in high mode, and that's why it's hitting the shock. Lower the car a little. Now I've got lots of separation, I'll be able to move that freely. I went all the way back. Kinda wish I had a ratcheting 22, but I don't. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Just realised that for the rear adjuster I could actually do it from the top here. That's now maximum inboard, so I'll get my 19mm spanner and I will tighten up the lock nut. Doing it from the top here, which is very convenient on this side. You can see now the car's actually lifted a little bit on the jack, and you can see I still have camber left. I didn't have that before. I had no camber at all. In fact, if anything, I had positive camber with it leaning outboard, which I didn't want. Let's have a look on the other side. Yeah, look at that, camber, amazing. The tyres also look a little bit toed in at the front, so I'll probably have to figure out and deal with that. Oh my goodness, that is so much better. I thought the toe was too much on that wheel, but when I'm driving along now, when I'm accelerating and I get that lift, I still have camber on the tyres, so my car stays straight and true, and also it's not wandering as much as it was before, and I'm guessing that's down to having a bit of extra caster. The concern that I did have is now that I've brought the upper control arm inboard, on full droop, like when I lift the car, the upper control arm does strike the outside of the shock. If I've jacked up the car or if I've got it on a ramp, under normal circumstances, the upper control arm will never get anywhere far down enough in order to strike the shock tower. So if the front end of your Land Cruiser is wandering, especially on acceleration when you're lifting, you might just not have enough caster and camber, and you can adjust that yourself. It takes a 19mm and a 22mm. Breaker bar helps, ratchet spanner helps, just makes it easier. But you can do that on the driveway. One thing that I have done is jack the car up, and that just gave me more clearance to work above the tyre. When I'm actually looking at the camber, I have to imagine when the car is at normal ride height. But for me, just eyeballing this, I'm not measuring degrees or anything. I just wanted to make both sides symmetrical, which I've done now, and I just wanted to have more camber than none. More caster than none. So, front end alignment, take the 19mm lock nut off, 22mm spanner, you can move it, the upper control arm mounts inboard, and that will increase the amount of camber that you've got. And for me, that has made that car way better to drive for free. And it only took me about an hour. Considering I don't know what I'm doing, an hour is fine. I could adjust that again much faster the next time round. That's what I've learned about front wheel alignment. I just wanted to get that information quickly to save you a search and not a big vlog or anything like that. So thank you for watching, hope it was helpful. Stay safe, make good decisions if you can, and I'll see you on Sunday for another video. Thanks for watching everyone, bye.